Hello, friends, video yogis. Great to have you here joining for today. Today is Saturday. If you're here on Saturday, appreciate that you are joining us for today's Try This at Home yoga intermission with a focus on the movements of the spine. How many people can name the 4 directions of the spine? It's YouTube, so it's hard for me to know whether you're raising your hand or not. But we have flexion, the rounding, the movement forward of the spine. We have extension, which is more of what we think of it as the back bend. We have the lateral flexion, side to side. And we have rotation, left and right. And today we're going to explore all of those. We'll explore them from seated. We'll explore some of them a little bit differently from kneeling postures. And we'll explore them as well from the standing position. So let's get comfortable. Maybe there's a blanket folded up or a pillow, even if it's a couch pillow underneath you. If you have yoga blocks, all of those things can help you bring the knees to be parallel or lower than the hips as opposed to hiked up higher than the hips. That gives you the opportunity to relax into your seated posture, Sukhasana, easy pose, in support of the breath and the spine. Hands can be in your lap, on your thighs, palms up or down, whatever feels comfortable. But note if wherever the hands are encourages the shoulders to move forward into sort of a flexion roundedness of the spine and the shoulders, you're going to find the spot where the shoulders can press a little bit behind you and downward. That posture can make the belly dump forward or down. So we're going to take a little effort into the belly to move it in and up by tucking the tailbone down and drawing the navel in toward the spine. Eyes can close. And take a moment to find breath. My name is Karen. I am here with you each Saturday or whenever you utilize the recorded classes. This is a reminder as you're finding your breath, as you're focusing in and noticing, becoming aware of the breath, that this is your practice. It is not mine. I'm your guide. So if anything doesn't feel right, stop doing it or modify. I will offer some modifications and variations on some of the poses today. Take a big breath in through the nose and shrug the shoulders up to the ears. Press the shoulders behind you, drop them, breath out. Big full breath out each time. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. And one more time. I'm going to take a mudra, the Shank mudra, which is sort of the shape of a conch shell. You might flicker your eyes open for this. Go ahead and take the left hand. I'm not mirroring you at this moment. Palm faces to you and the thumb is pointing upward. 4 fingers of the right hand and circle the left thumb and rotate the left elbow down so the fingers point up, and to allow the first 2 fingers of the left hand to rest on the top of the right fingers and then touch the right thumb, which is facing upward. The other outer two fingers of the left hand can round around the right folded fingers and then drop the conch shell, the Shank mudra, right near your heart. You might reclose the eyes. Breathe in really extensively through the nose. Constrict the back of the throat to breathe out, creating a bit of an ocean sound like the sound you hear in the conch shell. And keep that slight constriction at the back of the throat as you breathe in and out. It sounds a little bit like fogging a mirror. The breath slows and extends, creating this little sea of serenity right here in your space, your body, your breath. As you continue this breath work, pranayama, this is called Ujjayi Pranayama Dhyana. Consider an intention or setting a dedication for your practice. Might be just to stay with your breath. Might be to be kind to your spine. We'll celebrate that as if we could surround ourselves with the intentions, pressing the palms together now at the heart. We'll do so using the sound of Om. No need to join in, but if you would like to, a cleansing breath first. Breathe in deeply. Eyes can flicker open, hands can drop to your thighs with the palms face up. If you have not started the Spotify playlist, and you would like to, go ahead and do that now. Take your time. Once again, we're going to press the shoulder blades behind, tuck the tailbone down just a little bit. Starting with some small movements in the neck, being kind to the neck. We'll go ahead and drop the left ear toward the left shoulder. A little lateral extension here. Feeling this in the right side of the neck. And then slowly lift the head up and drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Breath in and out. Inhale, lift the chin and the crown of the head. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. This might feel nicer if you close your eyes. Not required though. Inhale, crown of the head and chin up. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale, lift the chin up. This time we'll turn the head, working rotation of the neck with the chin over the right shoulder. It might not point to over the right shoulder, but with each breath in, you let the shoulders drop, the spine get longer. Each breath out, maybe there's just a teeny tiny weeny little twist extra over toward the left. Breathe in and rotate. One more time in. Little rotation. Slowly inhale, nose points front and center. As you breathe out, chin moves to the opposite side. Pause to feel where the neck is, the rotation. What does that feel like in the top of the right shoulder and in the left side of the neck? Breathe in, let the spine get long, the neck gets long. Exhale, twist a little deeper. And one more time, in and out for the twist. Inhale, chin points forward. Exhale, drops to the chest. I'm going to take off my scarf. The knot is creating a little bit of limitation in the space. And like a pendulum, we'll move the chin left and right nice and slowly. Each breath in, the chin lifts toward the shoulder. Each breath out, the chin drops toward the chest. Inhale up, exhale down. Breathe in, up toward the right. Exhale toward the chest. Inhale up toward the left. Exhale toward the chest. Inhale, nose comes pointing forward, chin parallel to the earth. However you have your legs crossed, you're going to uncross them and cross them the opposite direction. I actually started with the non-habitual side for myself, which you can see by the fact that my left knee doesn't quite reach down to the foot. Either way, we have a nice long spine. Move the hands to the shin at the front most part of the body. Begin to round into the shoulders, scoop the belly in, creating some flexion movement. The fingers then come in front of you onto the floor or the mat. Walk them forward as far as you think you can, then pause for a huge breath in. Gather the belly in and up for the breath out. The hands probably can crawl forward a little bit more. Drop your head. A breath in, hands walk backward. They come outside your hips. Might be on your fingertips, especially if you're sitting on a block or a pillow. Draw the shoulders downward. Press the shoulder blades behind you. Gently float the right arm high. The fingers reach to the sky. Pause here. Find the length in both sides of the body. Breathe in. Press the sitting bones down. Breathe out. A movement over toward the left. No need to find your ballerina arm. You can keep the right arm reaching straight up, or it can reach more over, your choice. But imagine that the heart is sending its energy toward the sun. In Vermont, the sun is not shining, so I'm really sending the heart out there, hoping the sun will show its face at some point today. Here, the energy is moving from the right sitting bone all the way out the right pinky finger. Finding this lateral flexion. Inhale, sweep both arms high. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down to the mat. Inhale, left arm high. We'll take that to the opposite side. A little movement over toward the right. Heart still lifts as if it could go touch the stars. Sometimes the left sitting bone likes to release from the mat. Encourage it back down. Inhale, both arms float high. Exhale, cactus arms. Fingertips come to the shoulders, right? Really close to where the neck is. We're going to find some movement here, as if you're drawing circles in the air with your elbows. You might start small and go large. You can be super slow or a little quicker, but not fast, although it is all relative. When you're ready, take it in the opposite direction. Once again, the hands will drop to the sides of the body and switch the cross of your legs to the more habitual side to find our flexion or fold. From here, hands will sweep around to the front shin, round into the spine as if you're caving the chest in, and drop the chin to the chest. Fingers now come to the ground. Inhale to walk them forward, finding a lot of length in the spine. You might have noticed that we're also opening the hips here. Love to multitask, but our focus is on the breath and the spine. Breathe in. Gather the belly in and up. Breathe out. Walk the hands forward a little bit more. Drop the head. On the breath in, hands walk back, come outside the hips. If you like, you might find a Baddha Konasana-like shape of the soles of the feet moving together. If this is too much, you find the cross-legged position, or maybe you allow the soles of the feet to come to the mat and the knees to point toward the sky. This helps, for me, open up the hips a little bit more and a little bit more differently. We're going to go ahead and take a couple more movements of the spine from the seated space to add in the rotation for the spine fully as opposed to just the neck. But first, a little more extension in the back bend. We're going to bend the elbows and bring the elbows outward. Touch the middle fingers, the tips of the middle fingers together. We're keeping the palms down this time. Is not how we've done it before. Shrug the shoulders up toward the ears. Press the shoulder blades behind you and down. Breath out. Next, inhale. Release the fingertips from one another. Draw the shoulder blades together to open up the heart. Really squeeze the shoulder blades. And if the belly drops forward, you're going to bring it back in and up. Exhale, fingertips touch in front of you, releasing your extension. Inhale. Extend the spine by lifting the heart and moving the shoulder blades in. Exhale, fingertips touch. One more time. Extend the heart, lift the belly. Exhale, fingertips touch. This time we're going to go ahead and take the left hand behind the body. The fingers can point away from the body. The right hand comes to the left knee or the thigh, doesn't really matter which. Breathe in, get tall. Exhale, twist over to the left. Have a little lever here and a little lever behind you to help out, but don't force it. Inhale, draw through center. Breathe out, twist over to the other side. Inhale, return to center. We've now taken all movements of the spine, all 4 of them from a seated spot in all 6 directions. We're going to move our way onto the mat, facing the front of the mat, although I will face you for the moment for the first 2 postures, coming into mountain pose. Feet are bony hips width distance. Your bony hips are on the front of the body, not on the side. Hands drop by your sides, palms face forward. And here the aim is for the alignment of the body, top to bottom, like a plumb line. Really around just behind the center of the shoulder and outside the center of the thigh. If you start to feel like you've got a little flexion or hunching or rounding going on, you can go ahead and press the shoulder blades behind you. You can also aid in protecting the low spine by tucking the tailbone downward a little bit, activating the thighs, and moving the belly in and up, finding a little bit of a lift in the pelvic floor. If the toes are grabbing the mat, you might release them and wiggle them around a little. Keeping the palms facing as they are. Inhale, lift the arms halfway in front of you. So they're shoulder height. Beautiful. Breathe out, press the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift the arms high. Exhale, palms face forward. Send the arms halfway down in front of you. Breathe in. Exhale, hands all the way down. Face the palms forward. Breathe in, arms lift halfway. Pause here. Take the first 2 fingers of your left hand. High. Place them inside the crook of the elbow. Why is it called the crook? Is it a crook? It's sort of a little indentation. Work the biceps, so you go ahead and lift and bend the elbow, pointing the right fingers to the sky. Then let that hand cross your heart over toward the right shoulder. This is a neck relaxing and shoulder tension releasing posture. Take a huge breath in through the nose. Let it go out the mouth. I feel like I'm playing a child's game. Reach the right arm long in front of you again. Reach the left arm long in front of you. Shake it all about. We're going to take the first 2 fingers of the right hand this time. Place them in the crease of the left elbow. Bend the left elbow so the fingers point toward the sky. And then move it over toward the right shoulder. Press it into the right shoulder area. Or maybe it's closer to the heart. Long, huge breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Beautiful. Left arm reaches long in front. Right arm reaches long in front. Let's do hand to heart. Round into the spine. Drop the head. Staying folded, reach the spine long. So you're pressing the sitting bones behind you, the crown of the head in front of you. Nice. Really gently find a fold all the way down. Maybe move into a rag doll. Maybe the knees bend a lot to take the energy out of the low spine. And allow the belly to come in contact with the thighs. Shake the head. Nod the head. Open and close the jaw. Press into the floor like you're rising out of the floor to come to standing. Mountain pose, arms sweep high, reaching for the sky. Exhale, palms together at your heart. Hands drop once more by your sides. Bring the feet a little bit wider, maybe wide hip or closer to the edges of the mat. We're going to find a little movement left and right, rotation, very simple. To protect the knees, come to the ball of the foot that is opposite your twist, as slow or quickly as your body guides. If you go too fast, you might helicopter right out of your room. Careful of your head. Begin to slow that rotation. till you come to stillness. Heel toe the feet back toward each other. Inhale, sweep and reach the arms to the sky. Soften the knees, hands come through center, forward fold, Uttanasana. Guide the hands up the shins or to the thighs for a half lift, Ardha Uttanasana, shoulders press away. Exhale, release and fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, breathe in, rise all the way to standing. I say one more time, only in this moment. Exhale, cactus arms. Breathe in and out. I'm going to find a little extension in the back by reaching behind with the hands, intertwining the fingers. Collarbones start to smile really wide as the knuckles draw down toward the mat. Sometimes that causes the booty to shove behind you or the hips to shove in front of you. We're going to bring length to the body by stacking the shoulders over the hips and then squeezing the shoulder blades together. Modified chair pose, sit into chair, bending the knees, bring the weight into the heels. The belly's working for you here. So again, if the booty is reaching behind you, you're going to tuck the tailbone just a tiny bit. Heart opens, breathe in, keep the hands intertwined if you can for your forward fold. Hands might flow from the spine, maybe not. Nod the head and shake the head, loosen it up. Breathe in. Exhale, hands drop down. Let the arms swing. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Meet it with the left foot. High plank. Pause here. Here, there is no flexion, no extension, no lateral flexion, no rotation. It is all straight as the spine will be top to bottom. Float the right foot off the mat a little bit. Exhale, draw the knee toward your tricep on the right side. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, bring the ball of the foot down. Inhale, left leg floats. We're active in the hamstrings and the glutes and the quads. Breathe out. Knee taps maybe the left elbow or tricep. Leg reaches out. Knees drop to the mat. Tabletop for a moment. And a cat and cow shape or cow and cat. For the cow, belly drops on the breath in, the gaze and hips lift. You continue to press the floor away with the shoelace sides of the feet and the hands. Exhale, scoop the belly in, round the spine, flexion. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, hands walk forward 2 or 3 inches. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale, rise up to the tiptoes. Press the chest toward the thighs on a breath out. Remain here for a moment. Breathe in. Exhale, bend the knees to hover the shins over the mat. Once again, activating the large muscles in the body. Breathe in. Exhale, extend the legs, downward dog. Rise up to the tiptoes. Breathe in, bend the knees a lot. Make your way to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, float to standing. Arms sweep high. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Glide the left foot way to the back of the mat for your runner's lunge. Maybe blocks or pillows under your hands. Finding the right knee over the right ankle. Breath out, left hand down, right arm floats high. Maybe the hand stays at your heart, comes up toward the stars, or perhaps it's behind your head, whatever feels okay for your body. Rotating the spine. Imagine that your brain is not in your mouth. Lift the heart forward. Let the navel rotate around the spine like it's orbiting. Big breath in. Exhale, right hand down to the mat. Big breath in, step to a forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, float to standing, arms sweep high. Exhale, cactus arms. Big breath in. Exhale, eagle arms, right elbow underneath the left, one wrap or two. This is a beautiful opening. Enables a little bit of rounding up between the shoulder blades, like you're creating more real estate there. Really gently we'll find rotation, twisting over toward the right. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, twist toward the left. Inhale, come to center, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, maybe a swan dive, long flat back, forward fold. Half lift. Exhale, hands plant. Right foot glides way to the back of the mat. Take your time to find your stance, a sturdy foundation. Right hand down, left arm high. Big breath in. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Right foot steps up to meet the left. Chair pose, Utkatasana. As soon as we land, sending energy into the heels, come to cactus arms. On a breath out, sweep the left elbow underneath the right, one wrap or two. Taking our eagle arms this time from chair pose, seated eagle. Some might say resting eagle, but you might not find this pose very restful. Shift onto the balls of the feet, lift the heels off the mat, sink into your knees a little bit more, draw the heels back down. Little rotation, inhale, exhale, twist over to the left. Quads talking to you yet? Inhale, come through center. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, center. Inhale, rise up. Sweep high. Exhale, forward fold, maybe a swan dive. Half lift, breath in. Long spine, exhale, forward fold. Step one foot back, the other meets it, high plank. You might drop your knees for your low plank. Untuck your toes. Low plank chaturanga is halfway down, elbows into the rib cage. Next breath in, a back bend. Cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward dog. Breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale, right leg floats high. Find this lift long and strong. Chest presses toward the left thigh and lots of energy into all the pads of the fingers. Open up the downward dog. Right hip stacks over left, the knee bends. Maybe ankle circles. Don't know if you could hear that crack. Inhale, leg extends. Exhale, step the foot inside the right hand and drop the back knee. If your knee is cranky like mine, you might place something underneath it. I'm going to stay here for a moment. I'm creeping my foot forward to allow for more length. I'm going to go ahead and take the right hand, place it outside the right knee, and press lots of energy. Isometric work from the knee into the hand into the knee. While that's taking place, shoulders stack over the hips, left hand by the left hip. Left arm floats high. Right hand comes to the right hip. If you feel wobbly, heel toe the right foot out, or maybe you scoot the foot forward. Big breath in. Exhale, lateral flexion, shift over toward the right. Press more energy into the top of the left foot and the heel of the right foot. Open the heart. For a twist, the left hand comes outside the right thigh. The right hand comes to your heart. Breathe in, get tall in the body. Exhale, twist over to the right. If and only if it feels okay, when it feels okay, spread your wing. Engage the tricep as much as the shoulder. Exhale, return to center, hands on your right thigh to deepen into your back bend. If you'd like to float the arms high or drop them by your sides and or sink deeper into the front hip crease, allow that to happen. As you draw the shoulder blades together, cogs that hook in and find this mechanical method for lifting the heart. Big breath in. Exhale, hands around your front foot. Step forward to a forward fold. On a breath in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Step back, high plank. Find that length and strength. Lower halfway down, chaturanga. Breathe in, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Long breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. This time, left leg floats off the mat. Long, long, long and strong. Pause here. You might move into the standing leg a little bit to play around before you open up the downward dog. Leg extends, breath in, breath out. Draw the knee to the nose as you step the foot inside the left hand to come to your knee down lunge. Left hand this time outside the knee. Isometric entertainment left to right here before you rise up with the right hand by your side, palm facing forward. A breath in, and the right arm floats high. Left hand can come to your left hip. Might feel good to squeeze the thumb into the hip crease to peel the hip crease away. As you breathe in to get tall, find a back bend. Exhale, tilt over toward the left. Lateral flexion. Next breath out for the twist. Left hand outside the right thigh. Right hand outside the left thigh. Left hand to your heart. Breathe in, get tall. Exhale to rotate. Rinse it out. Detoxify. You might even imagine that taking place as you close the eyes and let anything you don't need to release on the exhale. Left wing unfurls if that feels right for the body. Breathe in. Exhale, return to center, hands on top of the thigh. Deepen your back bend, maybe by scooting the front leg forward a little bit, the back leg back a little bit. Use the right glutes to draw the tailbone down and protect the low spine. Maybe come back to that sense of creating your own sea of serenity. Big breath in. Exhale, hands down around your front foot. Step the toes of the back foot under and lift the leg nice and long. Shorten your stance. Lengthen both legs to find Parsvottanasana. You might find you need pillows or blocks to bring the floor a little closer. You're working, rather than a rounded spine, you're working a long spine. If that means the nose is farther away from the knee or thigh or shin than you might like, well, that means what it means. I like to take the left thumb into the hip crease to draw the left hip away and behind. Might shift a little more weight into the ball of the back foot and the heel of the front. And let the head drop heavy when you're ready. Big breath in. Exhale, right foot steps up to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot glides halfway back on the mat to find Parsvottanasana here. You might need to play around a little bit with the space left to right between the feet. And again, perhaps use the thumb on the right hand to shift the right hip and glute behind you. It extends the calf and the hamstring a little bit. It presses more energy into the ball of the right foot. The heel of the right foot now. And then the ball and heel of the left foot for your fold. Big breath in and out. Next breath out. Left foot steps up to meet the right. Inhale, gently float all the way to standing. Arms sweep high. Exhale, cactus arms. I'm going to try a little balance here. Might or might not be accessible to everyone, but try your hand at it. I'll face forward and I will mirror you for this because we're going to take the eagle arms and move into eagle legs. For eagle arms, right elbow comes underneath the left, one wrap or two. Elbows lift shoulder height or higher. You might move the feet a little bit apart. Sink into a modified chair, just very lightly, so you're working the pelvic floor in and up and the navel toward the spine. The weight then shifts into the left foot to slowly draw the right knee up toward the heart. Cross the knee over the left and work either a wrap of the right foot behind the left calf, or if that doesn't work for you, pressing the right calf into the left. Find your breath, maybe sink a little bit deeper. See if you can prevent yourself from super rounding into the spine. And obviously I'm not having my best balance day. Press into the standing leg, rise up, right knee into your heart and drop it. And rinse it all out with a little shake. I said I was going to mirror you and then I didn't. So we'll do it on the opposite side, just knowing whatever side you started with first. Sweep your arms high, cactus arms, breathe out. Eagle arms this time left under right, not mirroring you. Elbows lift away from the face. Find this, maybe with the eyes closed, you just settle in to this feeling of space between the shoulder blades. This time the energy moves into the right foot as you find a little bit of a chair. Shift into the right foot, lift the left knee high, not an ankle sock. Cross the knee over the opposite knee. Again, this should be the opposite side, whatever you did last time. Sinking into your chair, lift the elbows. Slowly press the floor away. Top knee lifts to the heart. Foot releases. Hands drop. Shake it out. Maybe you find that little rotation that we did at the beginning of practice. Being sure to come to the ball of the foot that is opposite the hip direction of the hands. We'll pause in mountain. Inhale, arms lift high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant. Step back to your high plank. Drop the knees. For Anahatasana, inchworm pose, hips come over the knees and they remain there. Lots of energy into the tops of the feet. Belly moves in and up as you walk the hands forward until the forehead or the chin or chest come to the mat. And if that doesn't happen, because sometimes the body is not where the mind is, you might place something underneath your head or underneath your chest. Elbows come wide on the mat with the thumbs touching if that feels right for your body. Huge breath in through the nose and out the mouth. If the hands are touching, you're going to bring them parallel. Gently bring one hand toward the shoulder, not under the shoulder, then the other to come out of this posture. We'll move into a posture of sitting on our feet. Hands can come to the thighs. Go ahead and spread the heels wider than the seat. You might find also that it feels better to place something underneath your seat if that's more comfortable, especially for your knees. Not required. I'm going to go ahead and use one. And the hands will come either, let me move the blanket, heels of the hands to the arch of the feet, or maybe the hands are way behind you. It depends on how stretchy you feel like your quads can be at this point with safety. Here, go ahead and shift backward, finding first a long front body. Tuck the tailbone forward as if you're pressing it to the sky. And go ahead, broaden the collarbone, squeeze the shoulder blades together, shift the hips high. Your sitting bones might then release from whatever you're sitting on if you're sitting on something. And if it feels right and it works for your body, you can move into a full hero's pose, coming to the forearms behind you or all the way onto the ground with the shoulder blades. That is not what my body is expressing right now. But you continue to lift the tailbone to the sky. It's a really nice quad stretch and a heart opener. Imagine maybe even you have a lovely string velvet ribbon, perhaps attached to the heart and the tailbone, and both are being lifted up because there's someone you love above you, way, way high, maybe 2 or 3 stories above, even if you don't have 3 stories in your house or your apartment. Lift, breathe in, exhale, slowly. Sitting bones come back to the ground or the block or the pillow, shoulders stack over the hips. You might take a moment to find a tabletop. Bring the backs of the hands to the mat, the fingers point toward the knees, and find a little movement to open up the wrists the opposite way. Maybe even tuck the toes under. Feel a little difference in the ankles. I'm going to go ahead and remove the Nancy's block. And we'll sit back on our heels. Bring the hands to the thighs. Send the heels of the hands forward to the knees, round into the spine. Drop the head to the chest. On a long, slow inhale, hands glide back toward the creases of the hips as the heart lifts. Maybe the chin lifts. Exhale, round, flexion. Inhale, extension. Exhale, round. Inhale, come back up. We're going to make our way all the way onto our backs on the mat. We'll take just a couple more movements of the spine with a little hip opener included before we end the practice today. Soles of the feet are on the mat, knees point toward the sky. Right ankle crosses above the left knee. You might remain here, simply activating both feet and pressing the right knee away from you. Or maybe you lift the left knee in toward the heart. Use the right elbow to draw the right knee away from you, and perhaps even find a little bit of a stretch in the left hamstring. Maybe the hands move up the calf, working the shoulder blades to the ground. Breathe here. 3, 2, and 1. Place the sole of the left foot back on the mat. Let the right knee cross over the left like you're crossing your knee sitting in a chair, even though we're not supposed to do that because it's really not good for your legs. And drop the knees all the way to the right. Hands can, although the backs of the hands should be on the ground, hands can be closer to the hips if that is the way the shoulder blades get on the ground. If it's accessible, the gaze moves over the left shoulder. Huge breath in through the nose and out the mouth. Super gently, sole of the left foot returns to the mat. Unwind. Take that to the opposite side. Take your time remaining here or drawing into your full supine pigeon. Maybe adding a hamstring extension. Sole of the right foot returns to the mat. Left knee crosses over the right. Knees drop over to the left. Shoulder blades on the mat. Gaze over the right if that's available. Big, huge breath in and out the mouth. Sole of the right foot comes back to the mat. Sole of the left foot meets it. Your choice. You might remain here. Find your way to Shavasana through Supta Baddha Konasana or staying there. Or maybe you like virtual legs up the wall or full legs up the wall, actually using a wall for your Shavasana. Wherever you are, find that flow into the final posture. Palms face up, a gesture of receptivity. Big breath in through the nose. Release it out the mouth. The face softens, jaw, cheeks, center throat. The space along the collarbones extends. Arms are so heavy. In their heaviness, there is a lightness in the fingers. Sitting bones and calves are connected to the earth, gravity supporting you. Heels heavy, toes light. Let the awareness deepen the breath once again. Perhaps introducing Ujjayi Pranayama Dhyana with the constriction at the back of the throat. Allowing movement to return to the body in tiny waves. Recreating your sea of serenity. Find your way onto one side. And bring to mind something that allows you a sense of calm. Maybe that is a being like a human or a pet. Maybe it's ocean air or water. There's that moment of serenity, that feeling, that sensation. And press yourself up to a comfortable seat. And here, Return to your Shank Mudra. 4 fingers of the right hand around the left thumb. Left fingers point upward. Right thumb points upward. First 2 fingers of the left hand rest on the right thumb. And the remaining 2 fingers of the left hand curl around the right. Shank Mudra, the conch shell moves toward your heart. Return to your intention. And consider, if you would like to, a dedication for this practice, maybe to a being or to a group of beings or all beings in the universe. We'll celebrate the practice that brings us together, the beauty of one another and the spaces we have created in our hearts, our bodies, and our homes, and the power of the practice itself. We'll do so with the sound of an Om. If you'd like to join in, exhale all the air out of your lungs. Full deep breath in. Om. Palms pressed together. Thumb knuckles move to your center forehead. May you take a moment in each day to find serenity for yourself, to support the serenity of others. Together we bow. Namaste. Thank you all for sharing the beautiful fluid movements of the spine and the wonder of breath and yoga. It was great to be with you again. Nice for you to see me. One day I will see you too, either on Zoom or elsewhere. Come back to us at any time. These are recorded. If you can donate, that would be lovely. And also remember, we have gift certificates on our website, saltandsandstudios.com. Take care.